सीधे चलते हैं ब्रिक्स समिट में जो है वित्त मंत्री अरुण जेटली बोल रहे हैं, सुनते क्या बोल रहे हैं वो।
Which is in existence, and in a remarkably short period of time, it has initiated a large number of its own projects which it is funding. The contingency reserves arrangement is now in place, and there is going to be a prospect of increased cooperation at the level of customs and taxation. We have several other items on the agenda which we have put forward, which are still at the discussion stage in form of a rating agency or a BRICS research institution. And the periodicity with which we've been meeting, we met last week in Washington. This evening and tomorrow, the finance ministers and the representatives of the finance departments would be meeting in Goa, and thereafter, 2 days from now, the heads of government would be meeting. This increased cooperation is now taking shape. The BRICS countries have their own challenges. Together they represent a very large part of the global population, more than 40%. They represent a very large part of the global GDP. And a significant part of the FDI flows from each other. In terms of the challenges which we faced in the last few years, our experiences have been different. There are countries which are oil and commodity producers and exporters, and therefore, on account of the low price regime, they had their own challenges. But the latest estimate seems to be indicating that even Brazil and Russia this year get into the positive growth scenario, notwithstanding these challenges of the low prices that they've faced in the last few years. And hopefully, as they get out of this scenario, the investment flows themselves would also improve upon. Over the last 2 months, we've had a series of preparatory symposiums, seminars, and discussions on subjects of mutual interest to each other. Just a fortnight ago, with regard to the capital bond markets, we had a session in Mumbai. We had started off in New Delhi with a session on arbitration and a possible BRICS arbitral center. We had also had a session on discussing our experiences of the public-private partnerships, particularly with regard to our infrastructure projects, a symposium which was widely attended and held in New Delhi. Our experience of the last few years shows that we've started learning from the experience of each other. And in India, of course, the series of steps that we have taken in this regard have helped us in investment flows. Public investment, of course, has had a very important role to play as far as India is concerned. But with regard to investment in particular, as far as the foreign direct investment is concerned, there were several sectors which were either not open or where the sectoral limits were extremely limited.
तो सीधे तौर पे ब्रिक्स समिट में वित्त मंत्री अरुण जेटली बोलते हुए कि कहीं ना कहीं ब्रिक्स देशों में अभी भी दिक्कतें हैं, लेकिन ग्रोथ बढ़ाने को लेकर लगातार जो देशों की तरफ से कोशिश की जा रही है उसका असर भी देखने को मिल रहा है।